The ultimate guide to IELTS listening note completion.
Part 1. Introduction and Strategy.
Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. If you are aiming for a band 8 or higher in your IELTS listening test, you cannot afford to lose marks on note completion questions. These appear in almost every single test, often spanning across Part 1 and Part 4.
Today we aren't just giving you a couple of quick tips. We have built a comprehensive, full-length 40-question practice mock test specifically targeting note completion. We will walk through the core strategies, expose the traps the examiners lay for you, and then dive straight into the test.
Make sure you have one of the following ready. 1. A pen and a piece of paper. 2. An open notepad application on your mobile phone. 3. An open Microsoft Office file, Word, Excel, or PowerPoint.
Let's look at the foundational strategies first.
Core Strategy 1. Read the instructions strictly.
Strategy number 1. Always read the word limit constraint. The instructions will say something like, write no more than 2 words and/or a number. If you write 3 words, your answer is marked completely wrong, even if the information is accurate. Hyphenated words like part-time count as one single word. Numbers written as figures like 45-foot count as one number.
Core Strategy 2. Predict the answer and grammar signposts.
Strategy number 2. Predict the missing data before the audio starts. Use your preparation time effectively. Look at the words immediately before and after the blank space. Is the missing word a noun, a verb, an adjective, or a number? If there is a $sign before the blank, you are listening for a number. If it says, in the, you might be listening for a place or a season.
Core Strategy 3. Beware of distractors, the trap.
Strategy number 3. Watch out for distractors. Examiners love to change their minds. A speaker might say, we will meet on Monday. Oh wait, sorry, I have an appointment then, let's make it Wednesday. If you wrote down Monday instantly, you just fell into the trap. Always listen to the end of the thought before finalizing your response.
Now, let's put these strategies to work.
We have designed a complete 40-question listening test divided into 4 distinct parts, mirroring the actual IELTS exam layout. Pay close attention to the characters. Our audio segments will feature specialized speakers, Dr. Rafi Mujahid, Ms. Maddy, Mr. Saqeef, and Ms. Kainat.
Let's begin with the 40-question mock test.
Equipment and answer sheet setup. Before beginning, configure your answer sheet to match the provided sample. Responses may be recorded in a notebook, on paper, or within a spreadsheet. Please ensure all writing materials or software files are ready before starting. Part 1. Questions 1 to 10.
Instructions. Write no more than 2 words and/or a number for each answer.
Setting. A vibrant travel agency office. Dr. Rafi Mujahid is assisting a client, Ms. Maddy.
Good morning. Welcome to Horizon Travel Agency. My name is Dr. Rafi Mujahid. How can I help you plan your holiday today?
Good morning, Dr. Rafi. I'm looking to book a short summer getaway. I was thinking of somewhere historic, perhaps Rome.
Rome is absolutely spectacular, but it is incredibly crowded in July. Have you considered Vienna? It has magnificent palaces, deep history, and excellent weather during that time.
Vienna sounds absolutely lovely, actually. Let's go with that instead.
Perfect choice. Let's look at dates. When are you looking to fly out?
I have leave from work starting mid-month. I would ideally like to depart on the 14th of July.
Let me check availability. Yes, we have a morning flight available on the 14th of July. Now, what style of lodging suits you? We have guest houses, boutique apartments, or luxury suites.
I prefer standard accommodation, but I definitely want a boutique hotel rather than a massive chain. Something with local character.
Noted. A boutique hotel it is. And how long do you plan to stay in the city?
Initially I thought a full week, but with my travel schedule, let's lock it down for 5 nights.
5 nights gives you plenty of time. Let's arrange some activities. There is a magnificent guided architectural city tour on your first morning. It kicks off quite early at 8:30 a.m., so you beat the heavy midday heat.
That is early but worth it. Sign me up. What about the afternoon?
After lunch, the tour group heads over to explore a famous castle located right on the outskirts of the city. The gardens there are stunning.
Oh, I've seen pictures of that. Please include it. What about day 3? I'd like to see the countryside.
We offer a countryside day trip out to the vineyards. Don't worry about walking. Transport by coach is completely covered in the excursion ticket. It picks you up right outside the lobby.
Wonderful. Now, regarding the onboard meals and hotel breakfasts, I have a severe allergy. All my food choices must be completely gluten-free. Can you flag that in the system?
Absolutely. I am updating your dietary profile right now. Let's look at the financial side. What is your maximum budget per person for this entire package, including flights and lodging?
I'd like to keep it under 800, so let's set the limit at £750 maximum.
We can easily do that. I have found a great promotional deal that fits comfortably inside that envelope. Let me generate your invoice. Your official temporary booking reference code is VH92L.
Got it. Thank you so much, Dr. Rafi. Part 2, questions 11 to 20.
Instructions. Write no more than 2 words and/or a number for each answer.
Setting. An auditorium briefing room. Ms. Maddy is presenting to a group of new festival volunteers. Good morning, everyone, and thank you so much for volunteering for this year's annual Community Arts Festival. My name is Maddy, and I am the volunteer coordinator. This briefing will run through your schedule, locations, and essential safety procedures. Let's start with the venue layout. The grand opening ceremony will kick off on Friday evening. While we originally planned to host it on the central lawn, it will now take place at the town hall due to setup requirements. Moving on to the exhibits, the main contemporary art gallery displays can be found inside the renovated old warehouse down by the pier. It's a fantastic, spacious venue. For the live musical performances, they are scheduled for the open-air amphitheater. However, if the weather takes a turn for the worse and it rains, all musical acts will be immediately relocated to the Civic Center. Now for volunteer protocols. It is vital for security and public assistance that all volunteers wear their official bright green vest at all times while they are on duty. This makes you instantly recognizable to visitors who need directions. Your morning shifts will begin precisely at 7:15 a.m. so we can do a quick roll call before the gates open to the public. When your shift concludes or during your scheduled break, you are entitled to a free meal. Please go ahead and pick up your complimentary packed lunchboxes over at the staff marquee situated behind the food stalls. Safety is our top priority. Should any minor injuries occur, please note that fully stocked first aid kits are located directly behind the information kiosk near the main entrance. If a visitor approaches you regarding lost keys, wallets, or phones, please direct them to the security and registration office right next to the East Gate. We are incredibly grateful to our funding partners this year. The festival's primary event sponsor for this edition is Apex Media Group, who covered our printing and marketing costs. Finally, please write down this number on your worksheets. If there is any major operational issue or emergency on site, you can reach me directly on the coordinator hotline at 07700 900041. Thank you again, and let's make this an unforgettable festival.
Part 3. Questions 21 to 30.
Instructions. Write no more than 2 words and/or a number for each answer.
Setting, a university professor's office. Dr. Rafi Mujahid is reviewing a research proposal with 2 students, Ms. Maddy and Ms. Kainat.
Come in, Maddy, Kainat. Take a seat. I've reviewed your initial research proposal for the environmental science module. The core theme looks promising. Remind me, what is the exact focus of your packaging study?
Thank you, Dr. Rafi. We decided to look closely at the modern environmental footprint of plastic packaging, specifically focusing on single-use containers in the fast food industry.
Yes, and instead of a broad global analysis, we have selected Jauharabad as our specific case study location to keep the local data highly relevant and manageable.
Excellent. A localized study allows for deeper insights. Now, let's talk about your methodology. How do you plan to gather empirical data?
I have taken responsibility for the quantitative side. I am going to design and distribute an online survey via social media channels and local community groups.
And I will handle the qualitative aspect. I will be heading out into local commercial hubs to conduct structured face-to-face interviews with store owners and consumers.
Terrific division of labor. What is your target sample size to ensure statistical validity?
We initially aimed for 50 people, but we realized that might be too narrow. We have updated our target to get data from at least 150 participants across both methods.
Good. That will give your conclusions much more weight. When it comes to analyzing the numerical data from the survey, what specialized software do you intend to use?
We decided to use SPSS since we both completed the training laboratory workshop for it last semester.
Perfect. That tool is highly reliable. Let's look at your calendar milestones. Your timeline is tight. When will you hand in your first rough draft of the literature review section?
We are aiming to upload that to the student portal on the 22nd of October.
Sounds feasible. For your final Viva presentation, remember that visual data is crucial. Ensure your slides feature a clear chart mapping the demographic data so the examiners can grasp it instantly.
We will definitely design some clear visuals. Do you have any specific styling tips for the final written report, Dr. Rafi?
Yes, the most common mistake students make is using overly conversational English. You must strictly avoid excessive jargon or informal phrases. Keep your academic tone direct, precise, and objective.
Understood. No slang or overly dense academic fluff.
Excellent. Let's lock in our next progress meeting to check your data collection. Let's look at the calendar. How about the 11th of November?
That works perfectly for both of us. Thank you for your guidance, Professor.
Part 4. Questions 31 to 40.
Instructions. Write no more than 2 words and/or a number for each answer.
Part 4. Panel discussion. Setting the Grand Lecture Hall of SILAH, Jauharabad. A panel discussion is taking place with 4 academic experts, Dr. Rafi Mujahid, Ms. Maddy, Mr. Saqeef, and Ms. Kainat.
Welcome to today's academic seminar on the evolution of urban architecture. I am Dr. Rafi Mujahid, and joined by my colleagues Ms. Maddy, Mr. Saqeef, and Ms. Kainat, we will explore how historical constraints have shaped modern sustainable cities. Let us begin with history. Ms. Maddy, how did early industrial expansion dictate city architecture?
Thank you, Dr. Rafi. In the early days of industrialization, factory positions required thousands of workers to live nearby. Because transit options were primitive, early industrial cities were defined strictly by their close proximity to waterways, which were essential for both shipping products and powering machinery. Residential zones were packed tightly around these hubs.
That's true, Maddy. But the true vertical transformation of urban skylines happened later. Horizontal expansion became limited, and it was the landmark invention of the mechanical elevator in the late 19th century that radically altered structural heights, allowing safe, vertical high-rise apartments and skyscrapers to become a reality.
Absolutely, Saqeef. And as these buildings grew taller, cities realized they needed regulations. Early urban zoning laws were passed, not just for safety, but to protect public health by maximizing direct access to sunlight for residents living on lower floors, preventing streets from becoming dark, damp canyons.
Let's pivot to contemporary architecture. Sustainable design is no longer optional. Ms. Maddy, what engineering trends are dominating eco-friendly buildings today?
A key feature is resource management. Contemporary eco-friendly buildings utilize highly advanced filtration systems to harvest, purify, and reuse rainfall for internal plumbing and irrigation, massively reducing municipal water reliance.
However, we must acknowledge the difficulties of greening a city. While building new sustainable structures is straightforward, the major challenge facing modern architectural retrofitting projects on older historical buildings is the incredibly high initial cost of materials and labor. Many developers hesitate because of this upfront financial barrier.
True, but the long-term benefits are clear. Look at vertical forests, high-rises covered in dense vegetation. They don't just look beautiful, they act as insulation, help significantly lower intense city temperatures, and improve local urban biodiversity by providing habitats for birds and insects.
Let's look closely at our case study. Mr. Saqeef, you've been analyzing a brilliant example of sustainable infrastructure. Where is it located?
The innovative megastructure we focused on for our case study is located in Singapore. It beautifully integrates solar arrays, natural ventilation, and public parks directly into the upper structural floors.
Looking forward, future smart cities will rely heavily on automation and data. We will see an interconnected grid of embedded sensors throughout the concrete roads and traffic lights to monitor traffic flow in real time, reducing congestion and carbon output.
Yes, but as we integrate technology, architects must remain grounded. They must always balance modern aesthetic appeal with robust structural integrity to withstand extreme weather events caused by climate change.
Well spoken, Maddy. To conclude, the scale of this challenge is unprecedented. Demographic projections show that by the year 2050, it is estimated that nearly 70% of the entire human population will reside permanently in urban centers. Architects and planners have a massive responsibility. Thank you to our panel, and we will now open up the floor to questions from the audience.
Welcome back. How did you do? Let's check your work. Here is the SILAH answer key for all 40 questions. Remember to check your spelling closely, as an incorrectly spelled word in IELTS is marked wrong.
दिलां दे जानी वतनू चुक मुहारा उजड़ी बस्ती यारो नजरी आवे कंड कीती जद यारा